Hi everyone, my name is Abhishek Patel and I am going to present my technical seminar on diabetes prediction using machine learning. As you all know, diabetes is one of the dangerous diseases in the world and not only a disease but also a creator of a different kind of diseases like heart attack, blindness, kidney diseases, etc. So let us first know about what diabetes is. Diabetes is a disease that occurs when your blood glucose, or also known as blood sugar, is too high, and blood glucose is your main source of energy and comes from the food you eat. And insulin is a hormone which is made by pancreas in our body, and diabetes occurs when your body cannot make or effectively use its own insulin. So this is the reason why diabetes happens. Now let's move on to the outline that we will be looking in this presentation today. And there is abstract, introduction, literature survey, proposed system, flow diagram, future enhancement, conclusion, and reference. So let's move on to the abstract part of this presentation. As I told earlier, diabetes is a chronic disease with the potential to cause a worldwide health crisis, and diabetes is a disease caused due to increasing level of blood glucose. It is one of the growing extremely fatal diseases all over the world. Various traditional methods based on physical and chemical tests are available for diagnosing diabetes. However, early prediction of diabetes is quite challenging task for medical practitioners due to complex interdependence on various factors, as it is one of the leading cause of blindness, kidney failure, amputations, heart failure, and heart strokes. So data science methods have the potential to benefit other scientific field by shedding new light on common questions. One such task is to help make predictions on the medical data. Machine learning is an emerging scientific field in data science dealing with the ways in which machine learns from the experience. This research focuses on the recent development in the machine learning which have made significant impact in the detection and diagnosis of diabetes. This also aims to propose an effective technique for earlier detection of diabetes disease. In this framework, it is aimed to develop a system which can perform early prediction of diabetes for a patient with a higher accuracy by combining the results of a different machine learning techniques. So now let's move on to our introduction part. The normal identifying process is that patient needs to visit a diagnostic center, consult their doctor, and sit there for a whole day or more to get their reports. So, diabetes is one of the most common endocrine disorders, affecting more than 200 million people across the world. And there are two types, type 1 diabetes and type 2, also known as T1D and T2D. Mostly T2D appears to be the most common form of diabetes, and 90% of all diabetes patients suffer from this type. Often in initial phase of diabetes, often initial phase of diabetes remains undiagnosed until symptoms become severe and hospitalization is required. If left untreated, diabetes can cause a number of health complications. Machine learning is the scientific field with main characteristics of an entity called intelligent in the broadcast sense of word. Uh, the purpose of machine learning is the construction of computer system that can adapt and learn from their experience. Here, the computer are enabled to think by developing intelligence by learning. There are types of machine learning techniques and which are used to classify datasets. They are supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, reinforcement, evolutionary learning, and deep learning algorithm. I'll explain some of them. In supervised learning, the system must learn inductively a function called target function, which is an expression of a model describing the data. The objective of function is used to predict the value of a variable called dependent variable or output variable from the set of variables called independent variable or characteristics or features. In unsupervised learning, the system tries to discover the hidden structure of data or association between variables. In this case, training data consists of instance without any corresponding labels. Reinforcement learning is a general term given to a family of techniques in which system attempts to learn through the direct interaction with the environment so as to maximize same notion of cumulative reward. And it is important to mention that system has no prior knowledge about the behavior of the environment. So now let's move on to the literature survey. In this section, other researchers' work which is relevant to the present study are presented. In past, the classification on diverse type of data sets that can be accomplished to decide if a person is a diabetic or not. The diabetic patient's data set is established by gathering data from hospital warehouse, which contains 249 instances and 7 attributes. These instances of these datasets are referring to groups, that is, blood test and urine test. In this study, the implementation can be done by using WEKA to classify the data, and the data is assessed by means of tenfold cross-validation approach as it performs very well on small datasets, and the outcomes are compared. The naive Bayes and random tree are used, naive Bayes classifier, and it was concluded that uh, 48 works best showing an accuracy of 60.2% among others. Before it aims to discover solution to detect the diabetes by investigating and examining the patterns originate in the data via classification analysis by using decision tree and naive Bayes algorithm. The research hopes to propose a faster and more efficient method of identifying the disease that will help in well-timed cure of patients. Using PIMA dataset and cross-validation instance for each type of class labels. Therefore, we consider a resample as one approach to enhance classification accuracy. So now we move to proposed system. In the view of problem statement described in the introduction section, which is that the normal identifying process is that patient need to visit a diagnostic center and consult their doctor and sit tight for a day or more to get the report. So we propose a classification model with boosted accuracy to predict the diabetic patient. Classification is one of the most important decision-making techniques in many real-world problems. In this work, the main objective is to classify the data as diabetic or non-diabetic and improve the classification accuracy. It is observed that techniques like SVM, support vector machine, and artificial neural network are the most suitable for implementing the diabetes prediction system. The artificial neural network is much similar as a natural neural network of a brain. Artificial neural network typically consists of multiple layers or a cube design, and the signal part travels from front to back. Back propagation is the use of forward stimulation to reset weights on the front neural units, and this is sometimes done in combination with training where the correct result is shown. The support vector machine is a set of related supervised learning method always used in a medical diagnosis for classification and regression. SVM simultaneously minimize the empirical classification error and maximize the geometric margin. So this is our flow diagram. We will define input and output, and we will extract text data sets, and we will train and validate from the experimental result. We will define a learning algorithm, then ANN, that is artificial neural network training, and a network optimization. So the artificial neural network consists of the layer and network function. The layer of networks include input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. The input neurons define all the input attribute values for data mining model. Uh, So, and after that we have weight and bias are selected. A weight describes the relevance or importance of a particular input to the hidden neuron. So we will change parameters for the training network. Here, the for the hidden layer, hidden neurons receive input from the input neurons and provide output to the output neurons. After that, if a changing of parameter is successful, we will update parameters, we will validate for network. If error is there, we will iterate that part after wait, and we will again do the same thing as done earlier, like updating parameter and validation of network. After goal is reached, we will obtain a best neural network architecture and training parameters. And after that, network is ready for performance prediction, and then we'll stop. So, for future enhancement for this is that more parameters and factors would be involved in the future scope of this project. The accuracy will increase even more when the parameters increase. Using the traditional techniques and algorithm, we enhance the accuracy by improving the data. The sectors where outcome could be decided on the basis of datasets obtained from the previous encounters. So we move to conclusion part. Machine learning has the great ability to revolutionize the diabetes risk prediction with the help of advanced computational method and availability of large amount of genetic diabetes risk dataset. Detection of diabetes in its early stages is a key for treatment. This work has described a machine learning approach to predict diabetes levels. This technique may also help researchers to develop an accurate and effective tool that will reach at the table of clinicians to help them make better decisions about the status. So these are some of the reference which we used in order to propose our project, and I would like to say thanks to our guide Pallavi ma'am for helping us and supporting us and guiding us through all the stages in my research. Thank you all for listening, and have a nice day.